Hi, Cancer. I am here to do your reading for October, November, and December, the last quarter, okay? It's going to be a little bit on the quick side because they take time to do and I don't want to keep you all day. This first card is about love, and it can be about any kind of love. And remember to only take with you what resonates. Leave the rest behind. What you have is new love. Embrace an opportunity for love in your work, prospects, or for spiritual growth. Well, that's a lovely energy. Okay. Now let's take one for finances, career, money, that sort of thing. Entrepreneurship. Nothing will come of this situation. Okay? Don't take that as a negative. That's just means, it's status quo. Okay. Now let's take one for your overall energy for the 3 months. Okay? Gorgeous. You have the one of air. Brilliant ideas that may need refinement. Overcoming obstacles with faith that everything will work out. Communicate clearly and concisely. Remain objective. This is a new beginning. So you have new love for work prospects or spiritual growth. So it looks like something new that has to do with work, a project, something like that. Now we're going to take one for each month, okay? Here you have the Seven of Earth. Seeds well planted. Efforts or investments that will be rewarded in the future. The need for patience, a time for resting and planning for the future, or potentially unnecessary worry. Well, this is, looks like it's work-related too. So there's work-related, and, new project-related. And this one's just status quo. You might take a card for that. I don't know. Okay, so far, this looks like its focus is mostly on work. So now let's take a card for November. Awakening. A temporary pause for reflection and insight. An awakening where you see things in a whole new light. Embrace your own uniqueness and or charitable actions. So, yeah, looks like you might very well be starting something new. Okay, now let's get a card for December. Four of Air. Insights that come from meditation. The need to rest or take a vacation. Allow yourself more time before making a decision. Mental exhaustion. Get more sleep. Well, I could see how that would apply. If you have this new beginning, and here, what does this one exactly say? Embrace an opportunity for love in your work, prospects, or for spiritual growth. So it looks like this applies both, the spiritual side and the work side. Here. Seeds well planted. Efforts or investments that will be rewarded in the future. The need for patience. A time for resting and planning. Does that really say? Yeah. A time for resting and planning for the future. Potential unnecessary worry. So in October, it's telling you to get some rest. December, get some rest. Don't work yourself half to death, okay? A temporary pause for reflection and insight. An awakening where you see things in a whole new light. Embrace your own uniqueness. Okay. If you are working too hard, that's not in your benefit, or to your benefit, rather. Sweet results await. And I don't find it, I find it synchronistic. How's that? Both of these are a 7. And both of these have to do, with like a garden. Bees like to go to flowers and pollinate. Okay. So sweet results await, and it says something like that on the other card too. Believe in yourself. An awakening where you see things in a whole new light. Embrace your own uniqueness. And here it's telling you to believe in yourself. I just noticed that fork in the road. I don't think I've ever noticed that before. So maybe there's a fork in the road. Now, Spirit, tend to the small things. And here it's telling you, meditate. Take a vacation. Allow yourself some more time before making a decision. Mental exhaustion, get more sleep. So this is probably saying, this is how you do that. Quit stressing and working yourself to death. Work on the small things. Give yourself a break. Mental exhaustion. Do the little things. Give yourself some rest. Okay, we'll take a few cards for each month. And remember, this is just kind of like a broad overview. So you can see a little bit about what might be coming up. If you change your energies, depending on what you change, can change these energies as well. King of Swords. The King of Swords rules from a place of authority and power, and he is interested in the truth. Okay? He bases his decisions on what he knows to be truth. Use your analytical abilities and intellect to assess the situation at hand and make clear decisions based on what you know to be the truth. Successful completion of a cycle, which means the beginning of a new one. So that's 2 new starts. Your overall energy is one of a new start. And that energy there is successful completion of something that you've been doing, which means, of course, a new beginning. Beautiful. The 9 of Cups. You are totally content and happy with the way things are. So that's a beautiful energy to have. Okay, now let's get a few cards for November. Page of Swords. A page is a learning energy. This is where you are learning to think clearly and speak with authenticity. This is telling you to take a break. Each month it's telling you to rest. Okay? It says you've reached your first milestone. So now it's time to take a break. Go meditate, walk in the woods, take a vacation. There must be something to that, because each month is telling you to rest. So I would say, so far, the biggest thing I'm getting out of this, you must not be getting enough rest. Okay? You need to take some breaks. And by rest, it could actually literally mean sleep, but it could also mean that you're so focused on whatever it is that you're not having the balance you need. So you need to give yourself some breaks. Okay? This is extremely nice energy. I really like this. This is one of nostalgia. It's where you think back during your childhood or your youth, and they're the kind of memories that are just very warm and make you smile. It's a beautiful energy when it comes to that part. And it's also very caring and sharing. This person is giving this person a cup with a flower in it. Okay? So I love that. I think it's great. But it can also say that there's potential for somebody from the past to come back into your life in some fashion. Okay, let's get a few cards for December. Oh no, that's like 10 cards. It's a few too many. Okay, this one wanted to jump out. Queen of Swords. Do you know something that I find very interesting? Your first card each month has been a sword, and it has been a court card. The king, the page, the queen. Okay? So that is also saying something here. Now the Queen of Swords is very smart, very ambitious. She is all about the truth. She's very determined. She thinks more than she feels. She's definitely not a person who's in her heart. She's definitely in her head. She will not tolerate lies, and she really doesn't want any of the niceties. She just wants the truth. Okay? So the two big things I'm getting out of this, the two takeaways so far. Truth is extremely important. It's the first card in every month. And the need for rest. To take a break, a vacation. I don't know. Sit outside in a lawn chair with some iced tea. Well, maybe it's wrong time of year for that. But do something to where you give yourself a break. Well, let me rephrase that. Breaks. More than one, plural. A Magician. Very good card. It's an action card. It's one where you have everything you need to bring to life what it is that you want to bring to life. Okay? So if there's something that you're planning or wanting to do, you have everything you need right there to do it with you. You don't need to go anywhere to get anything. But your overall energies up here are saying, take a break. Just tend to the small things. Leave the big things alone for a while. But your energy is like, no, let's go do this thing. Okay. This is the Seven of Pentacles, which talks about you planted seeds. You tended to them. You made sure they had nutrients, water, plenty of sun, and you end up with this beautiful garden. And now you're standing here watching your beautiful garden. And it is also one of, well, you can stand there and watch your garden grow, which I've done, and thoroughly enjoyed, by the way. Or you can take action. So here's take action. Action. Truth. Okay? So, let's take a quick look here. I don't see any cards that need to be clarified. But I do think, oh, well, maybe I should clarify that one. But I do see the two things that I've already mentioned several times. One, you need to take a lot more breaks than what you've been taking. All right? It's important for your health, both mentally, emotionally, and physically. This is what came out to clarify nothing will come of the situation. The Three of Cups, which is a card of celebration. It's kind of interesting. I'm not exactly sure what to make of that. Maybe it's just saying everything's going smoothly. No boats are being rocked. You know, happiness, happiness. Which would be okay, you know. Don't need to rock any boats. A few new starts, a lot of happiness, some nostalgia. You know, kind of a calm time. Maybe that's what that's saying. Okay, so anyway, you really need to take breaks. And first card each month was a swords court card. So truth is very important, as is thinking clearly. Okay, let's get some cards from the universe and see what they would like to share. Okay, there's a tower here. And what I'm thinking that tower could possibly be is several times I've mentioned you need to take a break. It's come up each time, each month. It says something about taking a break. I think what this is saying is if you don't voluntarily take some time out, then your body will make you take some time out. Let's get another card. The World. Okay, right there you have the World in October. This is the universe's way of saying I meant what I said. It's just kind of confirming this reading, or at least that portion of it. So that's a successful completion of a cycle, which makes the beginning of a new one. Almost done. Okay. 4 Pentacles. That is telling you to not hold on so tightly. Okay? That you need to be more in a state of flow, to relax a little. Sounds kind of familiar. It's talking about pentacles here, but I firmly believe that it can be anything. It could be pentacles, but it could be anything. And in this case, I think it's saying, quit pushing yourself so hard. Take a break. Okay? That's what I think it's saying. So this is just a kind of a long, quick overview. How's that? But yeah, I do think this is kind of giving you a warning about taking breaks. And this is confirming the reading. And this is saying you need to relax. Okay? Be more in a state of flow. And don't forget that each month, the very first card was a Swords energy, court card, which has a little more oomph behind it. And that has to do with truth, communication. Okay. And the number 7 on October was both of the cards, just in case that means something to you. Okay, let's do a charm for each month. I don't look, so I never know. Okay, for October we have a beautiful heart. How nice is that? Love. And I can see that. The bee spirit, sweet results await. Okay, now let's get one for November. Oh me, oh my, what does this mean? We have a pair of scissors. What does this mean? I'm looking. Scissors. I do not know. The scissors. Scissors cut. Scissors sever things. I better take another one. Because what I keep thinking about is, I keep looking at this when I'm thinking the scissors and the swords. Maybe, yeah, actually, because I do not have, that I know of, any swords in my container of charms. This is probably the closest thing I have to a sword. So I would imagine that's what it's trying to say, is pay attention to the swords. Very first card in each month. That's probably what it is. I don't know exactly what it means, other than truth and communication and thinking clearly. But yeah, I think that's what that means. Okay, and then the last one, you have angel wings. The angels are with you, and they're helping you, okay? Which is beautiful. All right, thank you very much. I hope this helps give you a little bit of insight over this last quarter. And remember, take breaks and think clearly. Remember the swords. Okay, much love. Bye. Hi, Cancer. Thank you very much for sticking it out and staying just a little bit longer. There are a few things I wanted to point out to you, only because it really jumped out at me and I thought it was important or I wouldn't be doing this. And yeah, it's kind of strange, but I felt that I probably should. Okay, so in this first image, I wanted to point out that these two cards are the same card, just different decks. The Four of Swords, okay? And on the Four of Swords, it talks about needing to get rest. The exact words are insights that come from meditation, the need to rest or take a vacation, allow yourself more time before making a decision, mental exhaustion, get more sleep. And you have it as your overall energy for December, and you also have it down in the cards that I pulled for November. So I thought that was kind of important to bring up to you. And on the next image, if you look, follow the arrow, on the far left side, you have the Seven of Pentacles. And all the way across on the opposite end, you have the Seven of Pentacles. And depending on the deck, the meanings can change a little. But your overall energy, I'm going by that interpretation. And what that says, the part that's relevant here is a need for patience, a time for resting and planning for the future, unnecessary worry. Okay, so you have that at opposite ends. And so I wanted to bring that up to you. Okay, and the next image, I thought I should point this out, is your overall energy for the 3-month period is the one of air. which is the same as the Ace of Swords. So it's the beginning of something, a new start. And if you look directly below that, you'll find the Four of Swords. And that's one of the energies of you needing to take a rest. And it also passes right by that pair of scissors, which is the closest thing that I have to a sword in my charms. Okay? Now on to the next image. I won't be here much longer, okay? I won't keep you all day. But you have the very, same overall energy, the one of air or the Ace of Swords. And I talked about this during the video, but at the beginning of every month, it starts with a swords energy, okay? So now on to the next image. You'll see where the Ace of Swords or the one of air is in the circle. And then if you follow those arrows out from that, I have pointed out everywhere where it says to take a break. And the one that goes down to the awakening, I just made that a little bit lighter because, that's a little more iffy. But that even is taking a break. It's taking a break for a specific purpose, but it's still taking a break. So that kind of goes across the entire reading. And on the next image, okay, this is everywhere there is a sword, okay? And you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 swords. And so it doesn't have to work out this way. But I was looking at this, of course, after the reading was over, because there's something that was really trying to catch my attention. And I couldn't quite get it. That's why I'm here now. Anyway, those swords, 2 of them specifically talk about taking a break, the Four of Swords, okay? And so it's quite possible that every one of those swords is trying to tell you to take a break. They might be trying to tell you something different, but it could easily be you need to take a break, okay? Okay. And so on the last image, I overlaid the prior 2 images where there were arrows. And this is what I've come up with. And I wanted to show you this image because it's combining where it says you need to take a rest and where there are swords energies. Okay, and that's quite a bit. And the very top sword is your overall energy for the 3 months. And so I thought I should probably get on here and bring this to your attention. Okay, I don't normally do this, actually ever do this, but it just kind of stuck with me, so I figured I'd better go ahead and bring this to your attention. What exactly it means, I don't know. I do know that there is a connection between the swords and the energies that say you need to take a rest. But anything beyond that, I'm not sure. But I thought it might be a good thing to bring to your attention. Okay, and I also wanted to apologize if I'm beating a dead horse to death, okay? Okay, thank you for having patience and watching this. I hope you have a great time. Much love. Bye.